Since its debut in 2014, the horror sensation Five Nights at Freddy's has spawned books, merchandise, and even a feature-length film. Now, although these seem like huge projects, what if I told you they were nothing compared to a concept by Sally Corporation that practically no one is familiar with? I am, of course, talking about Sally Corporation's Five Nights at Freddy's: The Ride. What's up, gamer dudes and gamer gals? Right here, right now, we're going to look at everything from the concept art to the description of the first official Five Nights at Freddy's ride concept. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, then show your support with a big ol' like and subscribe for more content similar to this. Now, without further ado, let's get started with today's video. Five Nights at Freddy's: The Ride was first announced in Orlando, Florida, during the 2016 International Amusement Parks and Attractions Expo. The convention was held from November 15th to the 18th for a total of 3 days. The convention was a breeding ground for CEOs and managers of popular theme parks to view and purchase ride concepts from corporations like Sally's. Since it is one of the biggest amusement park conventions, you can bet your bottom dollar Sally's team packed plenty into their booth. Along with the ride description and a Foxy animatronic, concept art was littered everywhere. Some art featured the ride itself, while others showcased the queue and ride vehicles. A website page was also set up showcasing the artist renditions featured at the event, as well as a more detailed description of the dark ride. We are a group of 6 security guards in charge of patrolling the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza restaurant. During our shift, we find that we are being stalked by a number of deadly animatronics roaming the building. Our mission is to defend ourselves against the animatronics and try and stay alive until 6 a.m. in the morning. Some pretty standard Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, right? Well, this ride puts a clever twist on the classic formula. Our only weapons are our flashlights, which scare the robots away, and buttons on the dashboard of the ride vehicle that give us the ability to shut doors. We are always made aware of the risk of either running low on battery power in our flashlights and having to conserve power so we can operate the doors. Sometimes your team survives till morning, sometimes they get you. Now this is epic. The fact that they managed to cram all these classic mechanics in one ride is astonishing. They really went the extra mile when designing this attraction, or should I say minigame, because you can actually lose and get jump scared. So not only is it staying true to its source content, but it has multiple endings. Keep in mind, this was before Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, which was the first game that featured 2 endings. So this ride was really ahead of its time. Oh yeah, did I mention that Scott himself was actually behind this too? That's one project he never publicly announced. So, we've looked at the description for the ride, but what about the ride itself? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the concept art. This first image features an outside view of the queue, and is actually the first time we've seen the outside of a Freddy Fazbear location that isn't 8-bit or fan-made. Near the guest is what appears to be the ride attendant. Interestingly, they are not dressed as a security guard, but rather Purple Guy himself. Following the queue is the boarding station, themed similar to the office in the first game. Once again, a ride attendant is seen wearing purple, but this time they are standing near a set of barriers. As people enter the ride, they wait near the barriers until Purple Guy invites them into the attraction. Those positioned in the ride travel in a go-kart themed toward the restaurant, which is able to sit 4 passengers. Each passenger has 1 flashlight, and I assume they all share power. If they didn't, the ride would need a system to track who is alive and dead, presumably in the form of a health bar or heart rate monitor. Even if they found a way to incorporate this, the riders who failed would be left doing nothing for the duration of the ride. Concerning the door buttons, the ride description makes it clear they are located on the dashboard, meaning the person sitting in the front passenger seat is likely going to have the best and most frustrating experience. They have to use their own flashlight while at the same time managing the door power. Back to the concept art, above the riders at the entrance arc is a time which is expected, but also a number indicating the night. While this may be a still prop, I hypothesize that it is actually a ride mechanic, and a cool one at that. If you somehow manage to beat the first night, what if you got to ride for longer, or it stores the fact that you beat the first night and lets you attempt the second the next time you ride. After guests board the ride, they are taken into the attraction where animatronics lurk in the shadows. Of these animatronics, the remaining concept art featured Foxy, Withered Bonnie, the Marionette, Springtrap, Bonnie, and Chica. I almost forgot about Freddy. It's not like I noticed that in editing and am now recording that. What a peculiar lineup for a ride that is supposedly based in the first game's Pizzeria. I say supposedly because the locations pictured in the concept seem to suggest otherwise. Nothing peculiar about the Pirate Cove location, but the ball pit room raises a lot of questions. Why is Withered Bonnie in the first game? Where is there room for a ball pit in the first location? Who changed the back wall texture? All questions we'll have to ponder since there is no explanation. If you thought that room didn't make sense, wait until you see the arcade. Now we are in a completely different location, presumably the Fazbear Fright attraction based on the wall decals and similar row of arcade cabinets. Once again, an animatronic from a completely different game is featured, raising even more questions. Most of the arcade machines are templates, but it was real clever to hide the company logo on one of the machines. Okay, I have a feeling I'm looking way too into this. Clearly, it has been the same restaurant the entire time, because why else would there be over 100 pizzas with the company name? I'm guessing this pizzeria was designed specifically for the ride and holds no actual connection to the games. In other words, it's not canon. I mean, if Springtrap is here and the purple guy is greeting the guests at the same time, we have a serious dilemma on our hands. By far, the biggest question of this particular image is if the nose of the Freddy plush actually would have emitted a honking noise. Imagine a cart full of guests, and then one of the riders just reaches over and taps Freddy's nose. The reaction would be priceless, dude. The final screenshot, and my favorite of the bunch, features the main cast all assembled together on what is supposed to be the main stage, although it appears to have turned invisible. Earlier, I questioned whether or not every rider had access to a flashlight, but now we can say with 100% certainty that they do. You've got to love the detail put into this screenshot especially. Each animatronic was drawn almost akin to their in-game counterpart, with such detail as to include the 2 rows of teeth and facial features. What a great way to end off the concept art. So, we've talked about the ride from its humble beginnings in 2016, but what about the current status of the ride? Well, at the time I'm making this video, it still hasn't been sold. However, the International Amusement Parks and Attractions Expo is right around the corner. Starting November 19th, the company has another shot to sell the attraction. However, since Five Nights at Freddy's has seen a rapid decline in popularity, unless we do something about it, the concept will likely never be bought. So, I challenge each and every one of you watching to attempt to get the word out. I've never once asked you guys to do this, but I encourage you to share this video, or heck, maybe even make your own. If we get the word out, chances are the investors will be more prone to purchasing the attraction as they know it'll turn out a profit. Who knows, maybe we'll inspire a company like Universal to step in and give the attraction a home. So, that just about does it for this informative video on the Five Nights at Freddy's ride concept. I really enjoyed making this one, so let me know if you'd like me to cover other Five Nights at Freddy's projects in detail. Did I miss anything? Who do you think will purchase the ride? What would you add to the attraction? Share your opinions with me in the comments below. As always, I'll be responding to as many comments as I can. Everyone, I'd like to thank you for watching, and thank you for selecting Awesomegamerdude, and I'll see you all back here soon. Goodbye for now, and have a spectacular rest of your day. Hey, can you hear me? This is Awesomegamerdude, the real Awesomegamerdude. I'm coming for you, Nathan.